Hi, I'm Tiffany Domina. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my website is howtoentrepreneur.org, and my mission is to help you grow a business from idea to enterprise. So if you or someone you know wants to start or grow a business, definitely stop by howtoentrepreneur.org and check out my free course. It's a framework to help you grow your business from idea to full-time income and from full-time income to enterprise, if that's what you're looking to do. So, why do small businesses fail? That's what we'll be talking about today in this video. Why do small businesses fail? I'll be giving you the top 10 reasons and the ways to avoid them. So if you have the desire to be an entrepreneur, it's likely you want to succeed. You want to do it right, but most people actually don't. The state of the small business today is terrible but avoidable. And if you know what most small businesses do wrong, you can avoid doing what they do, which is why I'm doing this video and answering the question, why do small businesses fail? So, first, let's talk about two polar opposites, the Jeff Bezos versus the struggling entrepreneur. So according to Forbes, Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. He recently passed up Bill Gates by reaching a net worth of $120 billion as the founder and CEO of Amazon. But how did he do it? He didn't start out with lots of money. He had a fairly normal childhood. His family wasn't wealthy, and he didn't start Amazon until he was 30. In less than 30 years, he took Amazon from being a business run out of his garage into one of the highest revenue businesses in the world. In contrast, you have the average entrepreneur that we're used to seeing. They start, they're just getting by, and they seem to stay that way. Profit is something they don't want to talk about very much because it's never exciting. Most of them work very hard. Some even work 7 days a week in 12-hour days. They sacrifice their social lives and their family lives to work on the business, but it doesn't seem like a way out of the daily grinding. Then when it's all done and they decide to take even one day off, their revenue dips. What's the difference in the Jeff Bezos level entrepreneur and the struggling entrepreneur? How did Jeff Bezos manage to escape the small business norm? So, there's a system that self-made success stories use. And in my article on the history of e-commerce, I spoke about how Jeff Bezos entered the world of e-commerce at a time where the market was not saturated, how the internet was fairly new, and other factors that contributed to the Amazon success story from a tactical standpoint. To be honest though, there were other people who started e-commerce businesses who could have knocked Jeff Bezos out of the park. Some people had money, they had platforms, and they had other advantages that Jeff Bezos did not have. So how did he do it? In his best-selling book called The E-Myth, Michael Gerber talks about several reasons small businesses fail, and I want to discuss 10 reasons I've extracted from that system with you. He says everyone has the ability to be an entrepreneur, but just like riding a bike, learning to read, or getting potty trained, you have to learn the system to take a business from a one-person empire into an Amazon-style 1,000-person empire. So let's talk about the main 10 things that stop small businesses. Number one, they only focus on work. They have the technician mentality. So in the illustration of the struggling entrepreneur, we talked about how they keep doing, and they keep doing. They're working 12 hours or more per day, 7 days per week. They may be good at working in the business as a technician, whether they're a lawyer, a doctor, a carpenter, a dentist, a web designer, or so on and so on. But they're not good at working on the business. So oftentimes the technician gets frustrated while working for someone else. They may be the best at what they do, so they fool themselves into believing that their advanced skill level in the job is sufficient to run a business. And this is what Michael Gerber calls the entrepreneur myth. Because just because they're good at at their primary trade, or they have this high paying skill, doesn't necessarily translate into being a good entrepreneur, because there's so many different hats entrepreneurs have to be strong at, and being a good technician doesn't make them a good entrepreneur. So number 2, they don't invest in learning. Since they believe their work is required to run the business, they spend their learning time on advancing their skill level rather than diversifying their entrepreneurial skills. They may be learning how to paint better, how to suture better, or how to lay carpet better, but those skills will only make them better technicians. Instead, they need to learn how to sell better, how to generate leads, how to convert leads into buyers, how to manage, how to outsource, how to create systems, and other entrepreneurial skills. Unfortunately, many technicians are scared to learn the entrepreneurial skills. So number 3, they don't surround themselves with people who are doing what they want to do. So if they were around other people who are doing what they want to do, they could accelerate their learning curve. They may be able to see a leader who works on the business and is effective in the market. Most struggling entrepreneurs don't make time to be around people who are doing what they want to do. They make excuse after excuse about why they can't be around others in their niche, why they can't professionally develop themselves, and why they shouldn't do more than what technicians do. Number 4, they don't seek mentorship. There are even free mentorship options like SCORE. You can go to score.org and find out more information about that. But even organizations like that help tremendously to give feedback. I use SCORE myself, and when I need customized mentorship on a specific aspect of my industry, then I hire consultants and coaches. Unfortunately, many unsuccessful entrepreneurs don't seek mentorship. They fool themselves into believing that if they keep doing what they're doing, they will get different results than what they're getting. Number 5, if they don't know how to take care of a part of their business, they ignore it. So whether that's accounting, hiring, taxes, or management, unsuccessful entrepreneurs tend to ignore aspects of the business that they don't understand. For example, if they don't understand how to do their taxes rather than seeking help, they will keep working and working, miss the deadlines, and go through the negative domino effect because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Number 6, they spend all their money chasing opportunities instead of being strategic. So there are flashing lights all over, and they call this shiny object syndrome sometimes. Having the gambler's mentality that maybe if I buy this or maybe if I do this, then this will just be the magic jackpot. But people will tell you this piece of technology will make your business work, or that one will make your business work, and no technology will make your business work. The person behind the technology has to have some things in order. However, many unsuccessful entrepreneurs go from opportunity to opportunity to find a quick fix that will shorten their hours and make them more money. While some things may spike revenue for the short term, long-term business is not like flipping light switches. Long-term business is more like farming, where you plant a seed, you water, and you get a crop. And I just recently did a video on Darren Hardy's compound effect that I really think elaborates on this concept much more. But basically it talks about how there's different habits that you have to put in place, and when they compound over time, then those habits turn into results, favorable results, or they can turn into non-favorable results depending on what the habits are that you persist in. So if you want to persist in business and make a business grow, then you have to implement certain habits. You have to implement the habit of sales and acquiring customers on a consistent basis. You have to implement the habit of management and learning to teach and learning to lead and different things like that. So all of these habits compile and help to push the business forward, and then it takes some time and some effort and some persistence to continue to build this business And it works like the compound effect, not like flipping switches. So, number 7, they don't take action on the education they receive. So, even worse than wasting lots of money on opportunities, they don't apply the knowledge they've purchased. This is where I disagree with the quote, knowledge is power. These people buy courses, seminars, books, or coaching, then ignore the recommendation. So, applied knowledge is power. And that's not my quote, that's a quote from someone else. But applied knowledge is power. Number 8, they don't make time for quadrant 2 activities. So I did a post on the time management chart where I talked about prioritization, and I've also talked quite a bit about Stephen Covey's book where he talks about beginning with the end in mind, and he talks a lot about prioritization. So I talked about prioritization and the difference between a successful person's schedule and the average unsuccessful person's schedule. Or you can say productive people versus not as productive people. So in that article, I explained what quadrant 2 activities are and how they contribute to overall success. But quadrant 2 activities, in summary, are activities where they're preventative activities, the things that you do before the fire. They are like planning. They are like, eating healthy so that you don't have health crises. They are things like getting your oil changed so that your engine doesn't go out. It's like the quadrant 2 activities are the disciplines that you have to do to make sure something doesn't go wrong. And in his book, he talked about how these quadrant 2 activities, they're important, but they're not urgent. And you don't want to wait until they become urgent. And when you stay in the status of constantly going from urgent activity to urgent activity, then it's very difficult to be successful. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I mention quadrant 2 activities, and you still want to learn more about that, then definitely stop by How to Entrepreneur. I'll leave a link in the description box to this post, and any of the references or resources that I mentioned during this video, you can stop by. The links will all be in the post, and you can just click on the links and visit whatever resources are interesting to you. So, the technician-minded person is focused on working in the business. Therefore, planning, strategizing, and important coordination functions are activities they feel they can't do. They simply need to work, and work. They can't, take the time to create a plan or to do their forecasting or things like that are strategic and help to take the business into the future. And these are the self-limiting beliefs that they tell themselves. Number 9, they don't have a plan or they don't follow it. So business plans are important, but if you think the work is most important, the most important part of the business, you don't make time to plan. So if you don't make time to plan, you don't make tangible goals, and you stay in the same old working cycle. Rather than creating freedom, the struggling entrepreneur has created a trap. They can't do anything but work because they are the business, or so they say. So when it's time to exit, they cannot have an exit strategy or a succession plan because they are the business. So it's important to create a plan, and if you create the plan, it's important to follow it because you don't want to create a trap. Number 10, they act like victims and blame everyone and everything around them. So when things go wrong, they blame the customer, their spouse, their dog, the government, their economic class, their ethnicity, and whoever else can take the blame. They are never the reason why they're struggling. Once they realize how big their circle of influence truly is, they can make positive changes that create a domino effect, causing them to analyze the other 9 things I've mentioned before. So, it's really important for us to take personal responsibility for our situations and for the outcomes of our choices. And when we take personal responsibility, it gives us that control back, because then we can start to take action and change the trajectory of our futures. So I've also created a playlist because I'm not the only one that talks about why small businesses fail and that tries to prevent it from continuing to happen. There's other authors and speakers and people who talk about these phenomenons, and one of my favorites is Michael Gerber. He's really interesting to listen to. So this playlist has 3 videos in it, and you can skip through and listen to whichever ones are valuable for you. And some final words answering why small businesses fail. My goal for this video was to answer the question, why do small businesses fail? And hopefully this list has really opened your eyes. It's quite easy to fail because it's so common, and the majority knowledge is badly infiltrated with failing advice. And if you have questions or concerns about this, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. I'd really love to help you out. And I also have some other recommended resources for you if you're interested in reading and learning more about entrepreneurship, how to start your business, how to grow your business. I have the small business growth stages where entrepreneurs get stuck, and I just recorded a video on that one today. I also have the 8 leadership styles and leading effective teams, the 7 business systems you need to make a business work, how to create a business blueprint, and several other articles and resources that are here at How to Entrepreneur. And everything here is intended to help you grow your business from idea to enterprise. So definitely stop by and check out some of the articles and the resources that are here. Also, if you want to start or grow a business, check out my free e-course. It's a framework to grow your business from idea to full-time income and from full-time income to enterprise. So stop by and check out the free e-course. You can see it either at the bottom of each post, or you can see it in the top menu on the website. So now it's your turn. Do you have any other reasons that you've seen that lead to business failure? Do you agree with my observations? Why or why not? Leave your comments, questions, and feedback below in the comment section. I'd love to start this conversation and to learn more about what you think about why small businesses fail. So that's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this where I do product and service reviews as well as business growth strategies to help you grow your business from idea to enterprise, then subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so you can get notified of upcoming videos. So that's all I have, and I hope you have a great day, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Bye.